Hello there guys, it's Erff again with another video about the bugle call. This one about all the ramus abilities we've seen so far. And, before we start, I'd just like to say I don't really think there's any official names, so all these names for the abilities aren't what they're actually called. So yeah, I just want to say that before we start, so let's get started. Power 1, the bugle call. User, Lucas. Lucas has the power to seemingly force people under his command, or at least he can compel them to, as long as they're an ally. After that, he can make them do things from a distance, much like how in Total War, you can immediately make troops do what you want. Also, apparently the soldiers, after getting controlled, they were having some kind of euphoria from following his commands, so I don't know what's up with that, but it's another part of the ability. Power 2, far away / sharing vision. The user, Demi. Demi is stated to have better eyesight than other people, but due to things such as walls in between her and her target location, I believe she has the ability to see anywhere she wants as long as she knows what or where it is. Other than that, she has the ability to make people see what she sees by her covering one of her eyes, and then the other person covers one of theirs, and then they can see what she sees. Power 3, super speed. The next user is Miura. Anyway, his ability is of course super speed. In fact, he can run so fast he can't even react. However, combining his ability with Lucas's ability, he can become super lethal, taking on an entire fortress by himself, with Lucas showing him how to kill every person. Power 4, Shapeshifting or hallucinations or something. The user is the Pope. It isn't 100% confirmed, but due to several appearances, it seems the Pope has the ability to either shapeshift or make people hallucinate him as someone else. However, I am leaning to the shapeshifting side due to his first appearance looking like Gerhardt to Demi, despite the fact she would have no reason to see him as Gerhardt, because she didn't even know him. Power 5, Object Levitation. User, Poppy. Poppy's ability is to make objects levitate. However, unfortunately, the ability can only be used on small objects or objects that don't weigh that much. However, combined with Lucas's and Demi's powers, the ability can be used to hit important enemies from afar. Power 6, Immortality. User, Oscar. Oscar has the ability to be immortal, so any wounds he has do not kill him, and he heals quickly. A good example of this is when he snaps Lucas's neck, but Cora transports the injury to him, injuring him, but he quickly recovers. Power 7, Injury Transportation. User, Cora. Speaking of Cora, Cora has the ability to transport injuries and illnesses from one person to another. A good example is when Lucas's neck is snapped by Oscar, and then Cora transports the snapping to Oscar. Power 8, Future Borrowing. User, Zoe. Zoe has the ability to borrow her strength from her future self to use then. For example, she could borrow an hour of strength and put it into 10 minutes to make herself 6 times stronger, or she could borrow a day's worth of time and put it into 30 minutes to become 48 times stronger. For the time she borrowed her strength from, she sleeps till she has time again. Power 9, Magnetism. User, Car. Car is able to make metal things attract to each other, and can use this to send balls of swords at people and make them let loose and attack the person. He can also use it to repel attacks if they have something metal on them, or he can bring him closer to something metal. Power 10, Weight Change. It might have been in the manga, but at least I was not able to find the user's name. The user seems to have the ability to change the weight of things. So through this, the user is able to make arrows incredibly heavy so they can easily break through walls and destroy the defenses of a castle. Power 12, ability/person copy. User, unknown. The ability isn't really known, but at one point it is shown that a person steps in front of the weight change ramus to get hit, and at another point after the weight change ramus should have been captured, another one uses the ability, and later on people are found with the same face. I can't really say much about this ability as I have no idea how it really works, but I do think it can play a major part later in this series at another battle or something, and it may tie in with something else. Power 12, meteorite shower. User, the garland. The garland has the ability to make meteors from space lower to hit places he wants them to hit. Power 13, luck. User, Zahir. Zahir just has the ability to be very lucky. However, he seems to be able to infuse it in other things he created because he created the ramus uniforms and apparently put his luck in them. Power 14, weapon manifestation. Name unknown. He has the ability to manifest matter out of nothing, but it is too slow, so he dies. Power 15, long arms. Name unknown. He has long arms, which can be used. The user has the ability to talk to animals and make them do what the user wants. Power 17, invisibility. The user has the ability to be invisible, but it is unknown if the user can turn it off, but when they died, they became visible, so they might be able to. Power 18, transportation mirrors. User, the mirror ramus. The user has the ability to make things transport through mirrors or through surfaces with reflective properties. This makes it so she can create swords that can cut through anything. She can also put two mirrors down with one right above the other to create something sort of like in Portal when you shoot two portals right above and below each other and then jump in, and then it gets super fast, and then eventually you go out of them and you fall down and die, except instead she shoots them like across the ways to make an object go really fast and hit something with a lot of force. Power 19, air solidification. User, I might be wrong, but I don't think they showed it in the manga. The user has the ability to solidify air and make it into objects. Power 20, resurrection. User, unknown. I'm not really sure who has this ability, but the king and pope seem to both use it, with the pope resurrecting Oscar's sister, and the king of Gallia used it to resurrect or copy the mirror user's daughter and give her a new one. The resurrected people, they can't age, and whenever they're injured, they keep the injury and it never heals. And I might be wrong, but this might also be how there's two people with the same face, but I don't really know. Anyways, that was all of the ramus abilities as of chapter 11 from what I can tell. I might be wrong, but I don't know. So hopefully we get a new chapter soon, but who knows.